Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. Today, guys, of course, we are continuing the journey with the Batman, the final season of the Batman. It's kind of crazy how fast we're getting through this final season, but regardless, we are continuing. This is the Batman Season 5, Episode 6, Joker Express. Seeing that title, I'm like, okay, it's obvious Joker's in the episode, but I like the title, Joker Express. So last week's episode, A Mirror Darkly, was really interesting because we got introduced first to a alternative Batman, ultimately being a mirror Batman, and then a little bit later into the episode, a mirror Flash at first, and then we got introduced to the actual Flash himself, and then of course Mirror Darkly. When you think more on that and everything, and you see the Flash involved, whatever, it's pretty clear that it was revolving around Mirror Master, and he had this whole big plan about using this gigantic machine, of course, always with gigantic machines with these villains, and basically entrapping everybody in Gotham in mirrors and reflections of whatever. And his whole plan, I think, was like, what, get the 100 most wealthy people in Gotham and basically get money from them or whatever. Like, that was his whole plan. Like, it's interesting until to that point. Okay, so you're gonna get all the ones. Like, do you already have that list of 100 most wealthy people in Gotham? I'm guessing. So of course Bruce Wayne's gonna be on that list, but it's crazy. Like, okay, so that was his whole plan. But being introduced to Barry was really cool to see the Flash, because I like the fact that he was a little bit different than what I'm kind of used to in terms of the Flash TV show and the comics, in terms of like what I think about that character, because he acted like Barry, but I just like the fact that he was really fast. Like, he was like talking fast at times, and the little kind of run pacing he was doing back and forth during the middle of the episode, that was kind of a funny little moment. And just kind of seeing Batman, this version of Batman, interacting with all these other heroes is really cool. Like, seeing proper introductions, because the ending of season 4, we just saw a bunch of heroes on the Watchtower, but now we get to see, you know, this version of Batman interacting with these different heroes. That's really, really cool. So can't wait to get the episode, guys. Let's dive into it. Joker Express, let's go.
Miss Potter?
Sorry,
Oh.
Miss Potter!
I mean, it's clear Joker's involved somehow, but what's going on? Hey.
What's so funny?
I don't think so.
Batgirl. Yes. I was hoping. So he somehow altered these people?
But the outbreak was too scattered, too random to
We
contain.
need to see more
Tell
of
me
this.
about it. I had my people all over Gotham. None of his victims seem to have anything in common.
I don't know why we haven't seen more of this. Now that I am, I want more.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
Oh no. He has to fight her. That's kind of crazy. Damn. Watch it.
Batman?
Mm-hmm. You stole.
Confused.
Take it back. There's Joker.
Looks like the fish are biting tonight.
Ahoy, landlubbers! Stop by to see me off?
Joker did something to Barbara at some point during her day.
Yeah, and by retracing her steps, we're hoping to figure out when.
After her morning shopping trip, Barbara took the train to school.
Let's just hope they don't have a shoe store on
Okay.
campus.
Ah. That's Bruce. That's Bruce. This is a lot.
It's none other than billionaire Bruce Wayne, proving even Gotham's through their stolen property off the East Canal Bridge.
Wait a minute. The old man. They were there too.
Train station. I mean, it makes sense, right? Yeah. The
Commuters.
Express, the title.
Joker's using the train.
He's driving the train. That was his finger.
Life getting you down, movie? The peaceful lives.
Okay. Oh.
What's the matter with the lights?
Well,
This
he's the
scheme
problem with
is
the
just
lights.
being derailed.
Ooh. Damn. Damn. Okay. Nice move. Okay, getting separate. Okay. Ooh.
It's all caves and tunnels down here.
That's crazy.
like
Wow.
a giant hunk of Swiss cheese.
I'm so glad you decided to drop in.
Oh, didn't see that coming. It's a ride, kinda. When do he have time to do all this?
End of the line.
Always take the belts. Smart move, Joker. Oh, of course, a Joker train.
Very okay. You know, I've cooked up a far more crushing defeat for my little cave.
Crushing? What is he doing?
Dynamite.
Well, yeah, but what is he doing?
Just imagine, the entire city swallowed into a great big sinkhole.
Gotham's in danger. So why does he have to blow up Gotham exactly? Like, I don't know.
GPS?
That's pretty
Tell
cool.
us where we are.
I can tell you where we are.
Jesus. It's them, obviously. And he's out of there. Oh, that's convenient. Okay.
Kidding.
It's like, what the hell? Yeah, the Joker train.
Only 3 more miles to the city limits.
Okay, we still have some time. Okay. That was pretty cool. Alright, here we go. Wow. Okay. Careful. Careful. Nice. That was close. Oh, they couldn't show that, but wow. Wow. Of course, it ain't gonna work.
Can't send a signal
Mmm.
without a battery.
At a Batgirl cave.
Batgirl cave.
Okay.
I'm old enough to have my own cave. Midnight Madness sale at Gotham Shoes. You coming
Of
with me?
course.
She's a regular Joker.
And that was Joker Express. And once again, this Joker in this show is just so over the top at times because his plan starting off was, okay, he found a way to manipulate people to alter them temporarily to where they're like laughing like crazy, like they've been infected or, you know, by Joker gas or whatever. But it wasn't that at all, but they were stealing all different types of stuff and dropping off on this like boat that he has over like certain bridges throughout, you know, Gotham or whatever, just dropping them into the water on this boat, all these different things. It started off as that plan. Then Joker found all these underground tunnels when there was mining or whatever back in like the 1800s or whatever, early 1900s of Gotham. And now he has wired all of these different tunnels with dynamite. And he's going to explode everything, hit a button, all of them are going to detonate and they're going to explode. And they're going to basically have Gotham crumble and fall within itself into the tunnel system when he's outside of Gotham. At that point, I'm like, yep, this is Joker. Because, see, it wasn't enough of just Joker finding a way to manipulate people in the train, you know, riding the train underground, and they're looking at the lights and the fluorescence of it all, and there's, like, music or something playing, and they're being manipulated. It's not enough just for that to have Joker find a way to manipulate other people to do his dirty work and stealing things for him. It's the fact that he has a Joker Express, a Joker train, and he's going to leave Gotham city limits and then hit a detonator to blow up all the TNT and all the tunnels. And then have Gotham collapse. So Gotham was in danger. It wasn't just Joker just being Joker. He had to go over the top once again. So, okay. That was interesting for sure. I mean, this Joker is just so crazy. Curious that we didn't get to see Harley Quinn in this episode. Since we've already introduced her, I thought we would have found a way to incorporate her into the mix, but I guess it was just to be focused on Joker, right? But we had Batgirl. That was a good thing. That was a big bonus for me personally, is that we had Batgirl in this episode, because she hasn't appeared a lot in this season, so seeing her was a great plus for me. So first she got infected. After we see some people getting infected in the opening, that woman in the bank or whatever, as they're having the discussion on the rooftop, Batman and Gordon, which, by the way, before I get to the whole Batgirl being, you know, manipulated or whatever, Joker-fied for a temporary thing to start stealing jewelry, that scene with Gordon and Batman on the rooftop, first of all, the lighting is fantastic. Just the look of the lighting in that, the shadows and everything, and the spotlight, it was awesome. The scene was great, and it made me think, and I haven't really thought about this, we haven't really had a lot of scenes with them on that rooftop with the freaking spotlight, and I'm thinking, why haven't we seen more of this? Now, I understand story-wise, a lot of the stories in Season 5 have been evolving with other heroes, and so where do you find the time for that? However, we could have had some of that in season 4, more of it in season 4. Really didn't have too much. But just seeing this scene, I'm like, they actually incorporated it. It's really, really cool. It's a staple in the Batman comics and everything in terms of Batman going to the rooftop and talking to Gordon and everything. I wish we would have had more of it. And maybe we'll get another one of these before the show ends. I'm hoping we get at least one more. But the lighting of it and just the whole, just having the scene was just great. Okay, it's a small thing for me, but I really appreciate it. Maybe it doesn't really mean anything to anybody else, but for me, I really appreciated the scene. So Barbara starts acting a little giddy, laughing, and then she's full-on Joker-fied or whatever, stealing jewelry. Robin's trying to fight her. She's fighting back. He's kind of losing. He's like, oh, no, you're not going to run away from me. And then here comes Batman, and she starts swinging her batarang, holding onto it like a weapon, like a knife, trying to slice the Batman. So he had, I don't know what he used, some sort of spray or something, and it completely, like, just knocked her out for a second or whatever. Then she was able to, like, oh, what happened? She didn't remember anything. All she was like, well, I don't know what happened. I don't know where I was supposed to go. So they had to retrace her steps. Unfortunately, this means that Bruce and Dick were also Joker-fied again, because then after they rode the train, because they were retracing her steps, and Barbara's going around shopping for all this kind of stuff, and they're just following her. Then here comes the fluorescent lights or whatever, and the music, and Joker is, of course, conducting and operating the train, as we'll learn a little bit later in the episode. But it's clear that he was operating the train, because if you're riding in any of the carts or whatever on the train, you're going to hear or cars, whatever they call the carts or cars, whatever, you're going to be infected, and then it'll take some time, but then all of a sudden you'll just turn into doing his bidding and dropping and throwing stuff off. So Bruce, Dick, and Barbara again were then at a museum or whatever, taking paintings and shit, just taking stuff. And charges are dropped. They understood that, because in the Batman Gordon scene, Gordon had said, like, it was temporary, so it wasn't their fault, so we're not going to press any charges against these people, because it's not really them doing it on their own free will. They're being forced to, basically, by Joker. I don't know how he pulled that off, by the way, how he's manipulating and Joker-fying them temporarily. I have no idea how he's doing it, but it's a comic book show, so it is what it is. You got to suspend your disbelief. I mean, literally, we had Superman in the show, and Martian Manhunter, and Alien Invasion in this series. So at some point, you got to suspend your disbelief on certain things, how it's accomplished, right? So we have that. So then they ride the train again. They stop the process of the lights or whatever, and Joker talking through the speaker. And that's when they basically track him to where there's all the underground tunnels and everything. And I thought it was interesting is that, once again, Batman, Robin, and of course Batgirl. I said Barbara for a second. Like, wait, no, I'm tired as hell. I was yawning a couple of times during the reaction, and I feel bad for that, guys. I mean, I was awake. I didn't fall asleep or whatever. I was just exhausted. But they're captured and put into a giant birdcage. I'm like, okay, this has happened to him before. I believe it was the Black Mask episode. He was put into a birdcage like this or something like that. And they took the belt. Smart. Joker knew to take the belt from all of them, take their belts, because if you don't, obviously Batman still had a key or some sort of lock-picking thing in his suit, but still, take all the belts just in case. And Joker has turned a train into a Joker train. And of course, here comes the reveal of the dynamite. He's going to have Gotham explode, and it's going to implode, and it's going to drop down into underground into the tunnels. So he's going to destroy all of Gotham. Like, that was his whole plan. Like, it wasn't enough to find a way to, make people do his bidding. He has to destroy the city, of course. I like how Bruce found a way to find his way back to the Batcave and then take the car through it. And then I'm guessing the tunnel just went up to a certain point in the cave, or did he have a lot of dynamite explode to get it to be to where he could actually drive the car through? I don't know. The sequence on the train as they're leaving, getting close to the city limits on that thing. By the way, the car, didn't realize that the Batmobile had the ability to ride on train tracks. I guess just in case he needed to have that a part of the car, just in case he has to ride on train tracks. I have no idea. I was like, that was an interesting little reveal. I'm like, how much stuff is in this car? And again, it's the upgraded Batmobile, so probably a lot of stuff we probably still don't know about the car. But anyways, so the fight goes down, as you would expect, Batman and Joker. The one thing that I think that was interesting is that Joker hit Batman with a shovel, we hear it, we see the motion swinging down, but it's at an angle to where you don't see the impact. You hear the hit, you don't see the impact itself, him hitting Batman basically on the ground or something with it, and he slams that shovel down. And then you see the aftermath in terms of like, ugh, and then he's, you know, pushed or kicked over or whatever happened. Interesting that they would have that moment, because normally you wouldn't, like, you would see kind of the swing, but it would be angled in such a way to where it's like coming at you. If there's like a hit coming, a lot of times, so there's like big hits on the show, like where Batman punched the screen and he punched Joker when he saw him, he was conducting and operating the train when he came through, and then punched him, and he's punching at the camera, and then it cuts to Joker, and then he gets hit or whatever. Normally they would do something like that. So with them showing an angle, like kind of like at an angle a little bit away from Joker here, like slamming down the shovel, but it's kind of obstructed, so you don't see what's actually in the front of the train, what actually occurred. But it's kind of interesting how they did that. Like, it's different, and it's not more brutal because you don't see the hit, but it's really implied heavily where he was hitting on Batman, like on his back or, you know, towards his face or whatever. But crazy stuff. The one little thing though about the detonator, I was wondering, like, did Batman, Robin, and Batgirl, did they disable all the dynamite that wasn't used to get to the Batcave or whatever? Turns out when he had a hold of the device for like a second, he took the battery out. Smart Batman. Batgirl even mentioned, "Hey, I want a Batgirl cave." And Robin's like, "Wait." He said, "Wait a minute, I want a Robin cave. Well, how come she gets a cave?" You know, like, he never agreed to any of that. Calm down, guys. Like, they're not going to get their own caves. But the mention of expanding the Batcave, maybe, but we don't need to, because we already have a lot of room that's not even used in the Batcave. So don't think we need to expand. But hey, overall, it was a pretty interesting episode for sure. Of course, Joker had to go over the top, so they made it fun, and Joker's always Joker, so it's always a great time seeing the character. So what you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Whatever thoughts you have, please let me know in the comments below. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.